Hey guys, how's it going? Twigs here. So we're going to be checking out a video from Stioorg. We've checked out videos by Stioorg quite a few times in the past. Even one where we like watch Tectone watch Stioorg. But he posted a very interesting video that caught my eye. Why are these people hating on Wuthering Waves? And I already have a feeling where this is going to go. It's more than likely going toward like Genshin fanboys, fangirls that just will do and say anything to the benefit of Hoyoverse and Genshin Impact. Check out the link in the description below. It's the Stioorg. Hit that like button for him. Subscribe to his channel. Cool dude. Cool content creator. And while you're at it, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for my channel. Help us grow a community over here. And with that being said, let's check out what Stioorg thinks is the reason why people are hating on Wuthering Waves.
I don't think Wuthering Waves will do well, honestly.
Guys, Levi Carmen doesn't want to play Wuthering Waves. Yo, today I'm gonna talk about why Wuthering Waves is getting too much hate with the most unreal.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm more than likely gonna be pulling for this chick. She looks way too damn fine not for me to pull for her. I might even skip Jayan just for this chick. Damn. Alright, let's go.
Reasonable stupid takes that I ever seen in my life. But before we start, please don't send any hate to anybody that I talk about in the video. I'm responsible for my actions, so you should stay right there. Anyway, let's go.
No, I don't think Wuthering Waves will do well, honestly.
So bro starts the video with a blatant no, the game won't succeed.
Does he even elaborate as to why he thinks the game is not going to do well? Please tell me, Stioorg.
You know, he's probably confident. He probably has some good points, right?
I'm excited for it, and I think it'll be fun for however long it lasts. But long term, I don't think this game will do that well.
Alright. Looks like he's going to get in the reasons. I was about to ask, what's your reasons? Tell me why you think the game's not going to do well.
Reasons, right? Genshin. That game has such a cult following. Genshin players will probably think, why switch to a similar game with just minor differences when they can just stay on the same game they've been playing for years?
Well, somewhat.
Alright, that's a fair argument. I think that's a fair thought to bounce around. Yes, Genshin Impact has a very core audience. Hoyoverse has mastered the art of the gacha game. Genshin Impact being one example, Honkai Star Rail being the second example. And then we'll see how Zenless Zone Zero does. And then don't forget Honkai Impact third. But it was honestly Genshin that basically led to where we are now. But yes, Genshin Impact is going to have its core audience that is never going to leave. That is why I made the joke earlier about the Genshin fanboys and fangirls that will do anything for that game, say anything for that game, and will say that game cannot do any wrong, and it'll be probably just fine. Yes, those people are probably never going to leave. But they're also, and I can speak for myself on this one, there also is a core part of that audience, again, like myself, that has been vying, has been relishing at the thought of a game that a gacha game that's open world, has a decent to good story. We'll see how Wuthering Waves' story goes when we get to play more of it. That also has a combat system, a core gameplay loop that is pushed to the limit with game modes that make you explore, make you learn, make you invest in the gameplay itself. Genshin has, for the longest time, not done that other than with Spiral Abyss. And there is going to be that audience in Genshin Impact that is going to probably be very, very much and is anticipating Wuthering Waves. That's why Star Rail has been doing so well, is because it has a combat system, a gameplay loop that has in-game to go with it, multiple versions of in-game, that makes you invest in the combat, makes you invest in the gameplay. And yes, I think Genshin, I think, is going to be fine no matter what, because it has a core audience that will defend it and lay down on a sword to their dying breath.
I agree that some Genshin players are just too entitled to Genshin, which is the first real problem about why this game is getting hate, because of the Genshin community that just doesn't want to go to another game. But that's
Yeah, we both saw that coming.
actually a minority. The problem is you're calling Genshin and Wuthering Waves so similar with slight differences? I mean, they are so similar, yes, but Wuthering Waves is way different in the gameplay, way different in the content it adds. No, but Wuthering Waves is the same in having the open world. Yeah, right, guys. I don't want.
Alright, so yes, Stioorg, you can't deny it. I cannot deny it. There is a reason Wuthering Waves is being referred to as a direct competitor to Genshin Impact. It is an open world, anime-esque gacha game with multiple characters. Granted, every gacha game does this, with the multiple character thing. And it has an interesting gameplay loop. Now, the gameplay is where they sort of diverge. Genshin Impact has this elemental reaction gameplay loop, but it's always centered around a basic attack, a skill, and an ult. Wuthering Waves has the same thing. A basic attack, a skill, and an ult. Now, there is more to Wuthering Waves' combat system. Don't go ahead and start getting your pitchforks now. I am going to elaborate. There is more to it. Wuthering Waves has your ability with your relic set, your artifact set, your echoes. And then also there's a counter mechanic, a dodge mechanic, and also a charge attack that's based on a meter that you fill up. So there is more to Wuthering Waves' combat system. That's why I'm excited for Wuthering Waves' combat system, and why I'm just simply excited to play it, because I think its combat system is great. With that being said, what I'm trying to say here, Stioorg, the reason that Genshin is used in this argument is because Wuthering Waves is going to directly compete with Genshin Impact. No one can deny that. And what I am arguing is that Wuthering Waves, to its benefit, is looking super good to the point where I think there's validity in its ability to hold its own in the market.
I want to play Genshin Impact because I cannot change from playing my best open world game, GTA 5.
Another reason, which is probably my main reason of why I think it's not going to do well, it's the art, it's the aesthetic. It's the edgy anime art that we've seen plenty and plenty of times in every other mobile game that has flopped many of other times.
Wait, what is this guy talking about?
What? You're saying your biggest reason for why Wuthering Waves is not going to do well is because of the edgy art style? Bro. Bro, you're basically putting Wuthering Waves and Kuro games in a position where it's a lose-lose. What did you expect them to do? You wanted a more Hoyoverse, color-friendly, vibrant colors that Hoyoverse does? I wish I could put a better word on it, but I can't. But is that what you wanted? Because then, if that's the case, we would be saying, or you would be saying, that now they're just ripping off Hoyoverse and Genshin Impact. Now they're just copying Hoyoverse and Genshin Impact. That's what you would be saying. Of course they're going to use their own art style. Have you not seen Punishing Grey Raven? It's their art style. Their art style is the edgy, more gray, monotonish colors. That's their style that they like to do. If you're not vibing with the animation style, the art style, the color style, then that is a subjective opinion that is completely fair to use. But I would prefer, and I think it would be better off for you to say, this is my preference, don't take it as gospel, but I just am not down with the animation style. Because art is subjective. Everyone has their preference in what they view as art. Now, combat systems, yes, that can be also subjective, but everyone can tell whenever we see a bad combat system. And Wuthering Waves has, so far, is being considered objective fact is that its combat system is fleshed out and really good. This whole animation style is ridiculous.
From a first glance, of course, it looks amazing, it looks cool, but it's simply just not unique. It's been done many of times.
Yeah, guys, see, we were so wrong about him. I think bro understands how it works. He's saying that these games flop because of a certain art style. Makes so much sense, bro. But maybe I understood him the wrong way. Let him explain, you know, we want full context.
Some of y'all might just be like, this is just another anime art. No, I don't know how to explain it, but if you know, you know. A lot of dead games have this similar art style.
No. A dead game is a dead game because it more than likely wasn't given enough investment to become good. Usually it's bad combat systems. Usually it's bad gameplay. Poor game modes. Just not enough investment in updates to keep the game going.
Yeah, guys, I think Levi is making a very good point here. I don't think killing is bad, but if you know, you know. I think he knows something, guys. I think there is some selected holy people that we don't know. He's definitely one of them, okay? I think they call them the chosen ones in the other world. You know, the term here is different in our world. Here we call them retard.
No, I don't know how to explain it, but if you know, you know.
I wanna...
If you know, you know. That is basically a trust me, bro argument.
Preface this by saying that I actually didn't make the video to hate on the guy. I don't have any problem with the guy, to be honest. But it was a very good chance to talk about this problem and why people are saying that this game is doomed to fail. Some CCs are saying that, oh, this game won't be good, it will flop. Here's their argument and here's why it's stupid. They're saying that there are so many games that tried to be like Genshin and they failed. Okay, let's see how many games were as hyped as Wuthering Waves and actually flopped and...
I don't think there's been many. Oh, I can think of one. That was hyped up and did practically fail. It's still going to this day, but it's pretty much dead. And that's Tower of Fantasy.
failed. I want you to list me 5 games. So we have Tower of Fantasy, TOF, The Genshin Killer, Tower of Bugs, and most importantly, Tower of Fantasy. Don't forget.
Yeah, Tower of Fantasy, and that's pretty much it.
Because this is the only game that was hyped. And by the way, Tower of Fantasy isn't a failure. It's a failure maybe compared to Genshin, but the game is still originating revenue and has some players playing it. Other than that,
keyword some.
we have no other game that has been hyped with this art style, as he's saying. I think he means gacha games. Maybe he means gacha games. Who knows? Yeah, gacha games equal art style. Insane. There's no other than Tower of Fantasy that was actually considered as a competitor for Genshin, which is an MMO. So people are just getting Tower of Fantasy PTSD.
Art style. I'm still super excited to play it just because I heard there's technical skills involved in certain fights, unlike a lot of other mobile games, but we'll see.
Okay, so he ended the video by saying that so people cannot criticize them, I guess. So first of all, don't dictate me with your $30 haircut. Second of all...
But yeah, Tower of Fantasy is the only game I can think of that did have a somewhat edgy art style, and maybe that's what he was thinking in the back of his mind was Tower of Fantasy, and that it practically has failed. I guess, like he said and like I said, it is still going, but again, like he said, there are still some players playing it. It's still making some money from those some players. But that's it. That's honestly the only game that had an open world, mid game mode combat style stuff. I remember playing that game. God damn it. But that was it. Honestly, that was the only kind of competition that Genshin Impact had, and that was Tower Fantasy, and it fell off so hard, so quick, and it was so funny and so sad. But Wuthering Waves, I think, is going to be good because it is being made by Kuro Games, and they have established themselves in the gacha game community due to Punishing Great Raven.
Your opinion doesn't make any sense. Like, again, I'm not hating on the guy, but this is so stupid. But we actually got some context here, is that the video is probably...
It's CBT1, but bro was still hella wrong about the gameplay either way. And the aesthetic is just a preference, really. Alright, with this context, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. The aesthetic is preference. I'm glad he established that because that is true. Art, aesthetic, animation style is truly just subjective, and I like that he, or whoever this is, laid out that it is a preference. Completely fine. I think that's fair. But all of those complaints now after CB2 are just completely wrong, and Wuthering Waves has been only improving massively thanks to Kuro Games being a goated game company. So if this is this dude, I don't honestly... I guess it could have been from CBT1, but honestly, with this being added, and if this is that dude, I'm glad that he cleared everything up, because I can't agree with this second sentence right here. CBT2 did add a lot of positive word of mouth to Wuthering Waves, because honestly, the second beta test was so good. And it basically showed, for the most part, the game is already pretty much in a good state. I could only think of a handful of things that they needed to improve on walking away from CBT2.
Is probably made when the game was at CBT2. And you know, the game improved insanely after that, but to be honest, it didn't even change the direction, so his points are still wrong and now became way more wrong. Translation: I haven't played it and I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait, there's another video.
We got another video? Oh god, here we go. Here we go.
Story rarely feels like there's any consequences. The villains and everyone just ends up being the traveler's friend, cause wow, friendship. This game is gonna be an amazing competitor for Genshin, and hopefully just every game strives because of it.
So let me get this straight.
He 180'd so hard on his opinion. Oh my god, I gotta watch that again. The fuck?
What I'm talking about. Wait, there's another video.
Genshin's story rarely feels like there's any consequences. The villains and everyone just ends up being the traveler's friend, cause wow, friendship. This game is gonna be an amazing competitor for Genshin, and hopefully just every game strives because of it.
So let me get this straight. This guy thinks that the game will flop, but at the same time he thinks it's a competitor for Genshin. Maybe there's a huge difference in time here and there, but what I'm getting from...
It was 2 days! Did you just say it was 2 days time?
Maybe there's a huge difference in time here and there.
2 days! You're telling me this bro 180'd on his opinion in 2 days? Oh my god! How do you... Alright, if it was like a couple months... Alright, I could see you changing your opinion in a couple months, provided that you were given the information you needed to change your opinion in that time. Maybe a year from like CBT, like I think it was a year and a half from CBT1 to CBT2. That I could see swaying your opinion, because there was drastic changes between CBT1 and CBT2 of Wuthering Waves. What, 2 days? That just tells me you are a And I'm not saying this to hate on the dude. But that's like clown status. I'm just bullshitting just to see what people are saying about the game. And I ended up saying the wrong shit one day. And in a matter of 2 days, found out that people are calling me a clown. And then I'm changing my opinion in 2 days. And I'm basically saying, hey, I was talking about CBT1, but now that I saw CBT2 stuff, I'm just changing my opinion. Again, I don't know if that's true, but if what Stioorg is telling us is true, this dude changed his opinion in a matter of 2 days. That's insane. That's crazy.
But what I'm getting from Joy B. Hoy, I'm just gonna call him Levi. He's a certified fence sitter. He probably changed his mind, who knows. There you go, that was the video, bye bye.
Yeah, he changed his mind. This motherfucker changed his mind hard. Holy shit. Wuthering Waves is going to need to pop off to compete with Genshin. That is true. If that's the guy's line of thinking, I can see that 100%. But what's making him look kind of like a clown is that he's saying what he's saying, apparently, from my point of view, and probably from Stioorg's point of view. He's saying what he's saying without any insight onto what both games look like realistically, especially when it comes to the communities overall. Genshin Impact, yes, is going to have its core audience. They're not going to leave. But there also is a group, another part of Genshin's audience, its player base, that is vying for something new. There is a reason that Star Rail is doing so well because Genshin is struggling so much. There is a reason that people are talking good about Wuthering Waves as a potential direct competitor because that is what the player base in the gacha community wants. They want a open world, anime-esque gacha game that has a combat system that's going to be fleshed out and invested in. That is what this community has been thirsting for from Genshin Impact and has not been receiving. Now, there is rumor that Genshin Impact might get something in 4.7, but we will see. A great video by Stioorg, and I enjoyed every bit of it. You guys definitely hit that link in the description below and check out Stioorg's channel. Hit that like button for him. And while you're at it, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're trying to build a community over here. So if you guys can hit that like button and subscribe button for me, that'd be great. And with that being said, head down to the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. I want to hear your opinions. Do you think Wuthering Waves is going to pop off? Do you think Genshin Impact is going to firmly hold its position in the gacha game community? We will see. But definitely head to the comments and let me know. With that being said, I will catch you guys later.